All right, positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a great morning. Let's get it going. Today is the 4th. Okay, represent your city. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, everybody on Kick, everybody on YouTube, and everyone on Facebook. We got Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Yes, indeed. Hope everybody's doing great, feeling well. I'm going to try to see how many conversations I could get in today. I got a whole bunch of things I want to talk about. We got Union in the building, the beautiful love wisdom. Hi, gorgeous. We got New York City in the building. Salute, Scorpio. There's a lot going on. I got a lot to talk about. I got it today. I'm going to be talking about this thing with the SNAP benefits, and then I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to have to talk about delineation. I'm going to have to talk about that. So many people don't know what FBA is. So I got to talk about that and break that down because people have that totally confused. So I'm going to break that down, okay? Because people saying, well, you got pyramids and onks, and that has nothing to do with delineating, okay? So we're going to talk about that today, too. I got to get that straight. People really don't comprehend that, and I'm going to break that down. I'm going to use an example like the people in Fiji. The people in Fiji are from Africa. They're from Egypt. They don't recognize themselves as Egyptians anymore because they've been in Fiji so long. They are Fijians. Okay? We've been in America a long time. We are foundational Black Americans, just like everyone else. We're identifying with our recent history over the last 400 years, which is not just a little bit of time. That's a long time to be in a country. And when you got generation after generation born in America, we are far removed from Africa. We're also far removed from our Native American culture. Yeah, we're a whole new set of people. And I don't know why people don't understand that. We're going to get into that. I'm going to break down Africa too, because Africans, okay, not all Africans, original people in Africa were born in Africa. Many of them were born in Atlantis. And then when Atlantis sunk, they came to East Africa. So we're going to get into that, maybe. You know, somebody want to put their money up so I could take it. Yeah, I take it if you got enough money. You really want to do. If you really want this work, you know what I'm saying? If you really want this work, because when you start talking about where we originated, we didn't even originate on this planet. You understand? Mu and all of that, because Sir Drop, everything was connected. So when all that stuff broke up, people floated everywhere. So what do we identify? Do we identify when everything was connected? Do we identify in a place when we split up? Do we identify on another planet before we came here? Because our ancestors came here. Our ancestors is not even from Earth. So if anybody want to get really heavy, we could get heavy. So when does that end? How far are you going back? What planet were we on before the planet? See what I'm saying? So FBA, we dealing with the here and now. And what we need to do now to eat and survive here now. And there's no Pan-African that has a plan to get 50 million black people to Africa. Okay, this is just ridiculous. Okay. What you mean? What's my thought of Floyd Mayweather being Jamaican? What? I don't understand what. What am I? You see what I'm saying? See, people have just totally just making a mockery out of this whole thing. What do you mean? What's my thoughts? I mean, what do you mean? I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. We're delineating for the main purpose of being able to identify ourselves for reparations. What does that have to do with us getting reparations? You see how people don't understand? You see how everything is all? That just shows you there, like people don't know what this is about. Because you got people that's calling themselves FBA that don't know what it's about. So they're confusing the other people, right? So they're running into people that's FBA that's not really standing on what it really is about. And then they're getting misconstrued based on them. And they have no idea what it's about. On top of that, imagine a bunch of delineated black people angry at us for delineating. Because if he's from Jamaica, Jamaicans are delineated. They are Jamaicans. Ghanaians are delineated. Why is it a problem that we want to be delineated? Make it make some sense. So a bunch of people that's delineated already, because it's not like everybody's not already delineated. So what's all this fuss about FBA when you're Watusi, you're Maasai? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? They are delineated in Africa. Make it make some sense. Make it make some sense. And then I'm in Chicago. So what difference do it make if you don't like it? Do something about it. You know, all this internet, you know what I'm saying? All this internet. You know what I'm saying? Leave the internet. Get off the internet with all that. I'm just telling you, because I'm a grown man. I'm going to be what I want to be. And you can't tell me how to identify myself. Understand? How you going to tell me how to identify myself? Who are you? And it's just getting silly. So we're going to get into that. I'm just letting some more people. I had somebody ask me about the Ankh. Said I got an Ankh. And I said I'm FBA. The Ankh don't represent no place. The Ankh represents life. They talk about the Ankh. The Ankh represents life. All of these symbols are universal symbols. So I gotta go. I got a lot of talking I gotta do, don't I? Sheesh. I could do 5 videos a day. Why I got to break stuff down? Much respect. Thanks for the donation, brother and sister. So it's like I don't do tribal warfare. I wouldn't look at Floyd Mayweather no different if he was Jamaican or whatever. That wouldn't bother. It just means that he can't get reparations unless one of his family members, if one of his family members is FBA and we get reparations, he would get half of what somebody that both relatives, if both of your relatives is foundational Black Americans, you would get one price. But if you like Lord Jamar, I think his mother's foundational Black American, his father's from the island, he would get half. So if I got 5 million, he would get 2.5 million. He would get his mother's money. He would still get his mother's money. So people is just like not being very intelligent with this, because you would still get your mother or your father's money. It's a debt owed. And if they owed your father or owed your mother, then they owe you. And if they owe both of them, that's twice. That's a certain price and a certain price. I mean, I don't understand all the confusion. We're going to get into it. Come on in. I'm going to talk about this SNAP situation, which is horrible, 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 and horrendous. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible situation. Horrible. You know, when you function certain kind of way, bad things happen, you know. My advice to the Republican Party is to change their evil ways. They should change. Because I don't know if they believe in karma, but if they keep functioning like they functioning, you know, bad things happen. You know, something's going to happen that's out of their control. Then what? You know, you got to get rid of that dark spot in your body. You know, you got to be a positive person. You know, don't walk around with negative vibes. We're going to talk about all of that. I want to talk about this, and I'm going to be talking about the situation. Oh, Dick Cheney passed away. Oh, wow. I figured he wasn't feeling well. So, yeah, we're going to talk about this situation with the SNAP. I think it's just, man, this is just crazy. Today is the day in Illinois people would get their SNAP benefits. Some people get the SNAP benefits and some people get money. So some people get the SNAP is for the food, and then some people get that and the money. And so if you're in Illinois and you're struggling to survive, they give you so much in food and so much in cash, right? And people don't understand welfare. So let me break that down to you. Welfare is very much needed, very, very much needed. There would really be no way to get rid of welfare, because there will always be people that would need welfare. Now you say, Pharaoh, why would there always be people that need welfare? Because there will always be people that can't work. Then there will always be people that retire, but they started working when they was in their 20s. They retired 60, now they 70. And in that time period, the cost of living has went crazy. So the amount of money they'll have in their 60s and 70s won't match the cost of living. You know, it's crazy. How could you keep raising the cost of living and think that you won't have to help people? Because I got friends, the husband and the wife got jobs, and they would love to have some food stamps because the money they're making at their jobs, this system is eating it up. Because the people that control these businesses are extremely greedy. I don't know how you could charge me $100 a month to talk on the phone, but cry over giving somebody $150 a month in food stamps. The way you robbing people for thousands, millions. Robbing people for millions and millions and millions of dollars. Way more than you got to give back. And you're mad because you don't want to give back portions of all the money you robbed. You understand? Probably more than that, David. Probably more than that. It's probably more than that. It could easily be 30 million in the Congo alone. David, it's like here in America, they got places where people work and they don't nobody know it. I just seen a video where a brother pulled on the side of the road and there was some people out there picking beans. And there was a guy in a truck and he drove off, like a white guy in a truck, and he drove off. And the brother guy said, "What are y'all out here doing?" And the lady gave him a bunch of beans and told him, "Go." The black lady. So it's people everywhere working for free, including in the penitentiary system is slavery. And so if they can get you in the penitentiary and make you work for free, then yeah, they're gonna frame you. Yeah, they're gonna charge you with bogus crimes. Yeah, they're gonna not hire you. You gotta understand, don't hire you. Now you gotta go out and get some illegal money, then bust you and make you work for free. It's a racket. Don't hire you. Now you gotta go hustle. Bust you while you hustling and make you work for free. Not only that, when you get out of prison, don't give you no job because you're a convict. Huh? Imagine that. Now you can work in a prison, but when you get out, you can't work because you're a convict. Much respect to brother Rob. Thanks for supporting the channel. Y'all support the channel. It's all love. So I woke up. I didn't really even go to sleep. I've been up because it got like 3 in the morning, and I started realizing people are gonna get up and they're gonna put their link card in the bank or wherever, or they're gonna call that number. It's like a number they call. They're gonna call that number and it's gonna say they ain't got no money to get no food today. And a lot of these people on Link, right? You know, it's like, look at Link like this. Y'all gonna be able to relate if you got a job. You know how you get a job and you work, you get paid every 2 weeks? And let's say you get paid on Thursday. And you know, like that Wednesday, before you get paid Thursday, you really need that money Thursday. You know, people don't be being honest. Like you work 2 weeks, you get your check. But you really need that money, man. That next check, you need that. And like people don't want to admit that because everybody want to act like they balling. But I'm telling you for facts, I keep it $1 billion. Man, you need that money on payday. Because If you got $15,000 in the bank, right? If you got $15,000 in the bank, right? This system will eat four of that up like that. So if you don't keep that paycheck coming and keep all them bills balanced, and you got 15,000 in the bank, boom, and you mess up this month, you're a little short, boom, you chip off 1,500 out of there. Now you got 13,500. The next month you make it. The month after that, something go funny. Now you got 12. And you could easily look up 7 months later, your ass got $2,000. Because you got to keep chipping this money away, chipping this money away, chipping this money away. Real talk. And it's like everybody want to ball, so nobody want to admit if they struggling, right? Because everybody wants to put on the front that they doing well when they really not. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you A to B toes, and you be rolling, and then you be unrolled. And I remember one time I was talking to this woman. And she wanted me to come see her. So she's like, you can come down here and see me. You know, it's only $500 ticket. I'm like, $500? Right? Because I be keeping it $1 billion. Because at that time, $500, I couldn't see it in my future. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I'm looking at it is, you know, I'm still trying to stack bread. So, you know, she looking at it like, oh, you know, that ain't no lot of money. You got the money, but that ain't the point. The point is, I'm on a mission to stack so much. So if 500 ain't in there, you know, that ain't in my plan when I got things to do. Because a lot of times I'm a businessman, so we have to stack money to spend. We don't get to stack money just to stack money unless the businesses really pop off. You know, I'm writing a book and I'm publishing it myself. I got to pay for all that. And it's going to cost me per copy. For hardbacks, it's going to cost me. Okay? It's going to cost some figures to print them books up. It's going to cost some money to design the cover. It's going to cost some money to proofread it. It's going to cost money. And so if you're a boss and you're working on a multi-million-dollar plan or whatever, you can still be broke. I need to talk about that, don't I, one day? Hey, you know what? In my conversations, I need to talk about, when I get through talking to y'all, I've been brought up 20 other conversations. I swear to God, I need to go back and start watching my lives and writing down. Boy, I need to break that part down. Because people be looking at you like, looking at you counting your dollars, but you know, dollars is funny, and especially with this inflation and everything. So if it's like that for all of us out here, think about the regular people, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. On my soul, this is going to be in my book, but I could tell you this. Oh, everything. I was young, right? Boom. Working at the Treasury Department. I leave there. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Africa. So I go to California. Boom. Start selling incense. My queen and my brethren, when we selling incense, boom, we selling $550, $600 worth of incense every day, 6 days a week. It's a lot of money back at 82. But we young. See some young rosters. So we ain't really know nothing about money. We just making money, fasting, drinking nut milk, and you know what I'm saying? Go to Hawaii, grow. Come back, sell incense, get into vending. I get into vending, next thing you know, I'm selling $5,000 worth of merch a week, sometimes 8,000, you know, sometimes just 3,000. But I'm starting to make money. The business is popping off. Boom, I get stabbed up. Right? Now this a business I'm growing, so I don't got no paperwork for the business or nothing, right? Because I'm just finding out this is working, right? So you know you'll get into something and you're doing it. All you got to do is get your tax number in LA, and then you can sell. So the business is taking off. So it's not like the business had took off where it's been running for 24 months and I could go back and establish it and get an LLC and all that. I'm at the beginning of the business. Boom, I get stabbed up. I come back to Chicago in a wheelchair. Wow. I got to go. My parents take me to the welfare office. I got to roll in there. They gave me $80. Why? I didn't have enough money in Social Security. I hadn't worked. I hadn't worked long enough to earn no money for them to give me nothing. $80. Facts. $80 a month. So shoot, I had to have my queen take me on my crutches at the summer and go to festivals and keep selling shirts and stuff. Till I got back up on my feet, went to rehab, got back on my feet. All that's going to be on the book. The book's going to be a New York Times bestseller. Trust me on that. And so so I feel for these people, man. Everybody don't got it like that. You know, they robbing you every step of the way out here. You know, I had an apartment that was perfect, right? Because I was staying at, what is it called? I forgot the name of that one. And then I moved to Prairie Shores. And when I moved to Prairie Shores, it was cool. I was balling, right? I had just got out of a relationship. I moved to Prairie Shores, which was right there on 31st. And I was driving Uber, right? And I was making a lot of money, man. I was right there on 31st, a gym in the building and all of that. Killing them because I could get to work. I used to work at 7. I didn't get downtown at 7. I'm making hundreds of dollars a day. I'm making a lot of money, right? Because I'm picking up people after rush hours. That's how I was killing them, right? They tell me they want to remodel. I think I'm paying like $1,700 a month. So 1 bedroom. Nice, man. I'm telling you. With all the doctors and stuff is in that building, right? Parking, everything, right? It's all the amenities. So they tell me they're finna remodel. They're gonna move me. They're gonna pay me $800, move me to another apartment, redo my apartment, move me back. When they move me back, though, they say my rent gonna go up $200. That's 19. Cool. I'm making a fortune. I'm right by downtown. I'm picking up. I'm getting paid. They say I'm gonna have to pay that 19 from 17 to 19 for. They're gonna give me a 10-month lease. What? Which means they're gonna give me a 10-month lease. They're gonna go up from 17 to 19. And when them 10 months is over, they're going to go up to 21. So basically within a year, they're going to go from 17 to 21. So in other words, they finna cut into my money by $400. They finna cut, they taking $400 more than they already getting. So even though I'm making a lot of money, they're going to rob me and knock me back down to lower middle class. Facts. So when you be out here hating on people talking about, oh, you know, you in a struggle car, you got a struggle house, or that you bogus because people making good money, but the system is robbing them. So if the system was robbing me, imagine other people that ain't even doing that good. How they gonna survive? How they gonna survive? And before I left, I was in the laundry room, and there was an older white couple in there. They was like in their late 60s and in their 70s probably. They was crying. They was crying because they had been in that building for like 20-some, 30 years. And now they got to move, and they didn't know what to do. They're like, where we going to go? At that age, they on a fixed income. They on a fixed income. The lady was crying. They was some type of white immigrants from way back. You know, they been here, they speak English and everything, but you could tell they from the old country or somewhere. So they was old, they been here. Man, that like tore my heart out my chest because they was old. And they gotta find somewhere to move, man. Heck yeah, the pandemic was bogus, bro. Sir Drop, it was straight bogus. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, they be wanting to be shaming you because you ain't got no whole lot of money and all that. It's sad. And so if they going to shame you because you living from paycheck to paycheck, or going to shame you because you driving it's 2025, you driving a 2019, imagine how they going to shame somebody on SNAP, somebody on food stamp, to the point you hound the hog. And then, okay, you got a good job, you making $130,000 a year. So then you looking down on everybody, trumping them as billionaires, and they looking down on you. They're going to try to knock you down off your thing right now. This government and these businessmen are trying to take people that's making 150, 160,000 and have you almost poor. They trying to go up on their mortgages and go up on their house insurance and go up on that car insurance to the point where you making 150,000 a year and you lower middle class. They trying to suck all your money out of you. They trying to, it's almost like you doing all this, you went to school to get all this knowledge, and then they raise the prices up so much where they still got you ain't where you supposed to be. Well, they got all the money up at the top, just a handful of people. And then they're going to cut off people's food. Yeah, they make it so the kids can't benefit from no generational wealth. Yeah, they totally 100%. Both of y'all, 100%. You beautiful ladies. Ooh, look at Cutie Pie, 214 Ladybug. Look, boy, we got all the fine ladies. Oh, Benita, you is 100% correct. Erasing the middle class has been in the works. Yes. 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 And now it's, boy, you own it. And now it's going down in real time. They're really not playing. Unfortunately, most people see themselves with the rich instead of the poor. The thing about it is, you want to work to be rich. But what a lot of rich, especially rappers and athletes, are finding out is they got it set up so you're never really rich. Unless you live down. Because if you live according to what you make, you're going to be broke. The average NBA player is broke 4 or 5 years after he retired. Broke. Flat broke. Because they got it that if you're making this much money, you want to live here, but guess how much it costs to live here? If you're making that much money, you want to drive this, but guess how much it costs to drive that? And then when the money runs out, you don't have enough money to maintain that lifestyle. And they got you brainwashed where you don't want to be no big NBA player and live regular because everybody going to tease you. But they got that one brother. What's that one athlete? He got the nice little modest house. He's smart. He just got a nice little regular house with like a 2-car garage and a house. Because a lot of times the rich, they be broke. They be living off credit and stuff like that. Is that Anthony Edwards? Yeah, brother smart. Nobody want to live regular and everybody want to be a big shot. You know what I'm saying? And poverty shaming is a big deal. I had somebody say to me the other day, they said, Pharaoh, you're going to always be in that apartment. You ain't going to never get out that apartment. I said, what? I said, this is crazy. You ain't lost your mind. I don't know what the hell I said, what? In his world, that's supposed to be an insult. That's supposed to be an insult. What it sounds like to me is I'm supposed to flaunt some wealth. I'm supposed to, you understand? That's what it means. But I'm the type of person, if I'm in a big old house, I'm going to find a little corner and I'm going to do my live in that little corner and I'm not showing nobody nothing. I would never let nobody see my living room or nothing. Because I've been on social media a long time and social media is not the place. You know, them sisters down there, the housewives of Atlanta, all their houses almost got broke into because they was showing all that stuff. Kim Kardashian telling everybody when they're going on vacation and all of that. You learn as a hustler, never show your money. Takes takes never show your money. Never show your money, and never date or marry nobody that wants you to express you got a lot of money, because you can't prove they love you when you got all this money around. And so now you got a woman, or you got a man that's just with you for the money. And so showing off your wealth is not a good thing. It's like buying some real expensive jewelry is a pain in the ass, because where you gonna wear it? Like, I got on silver. This is just silver. Some of these is white gold. And I'm telling you straight up, I cannot go outside of Chicago with this on. That's a fact. Because the wrong, uneducated shorty see this and think it's white gold. Shoot me over these silk. Sure will. They don't know what you just ask for, you don't want no attention. Attention is not a good thing. It's getting worse and worse to get attention. You want less attention. Less and less attention. You don't want all that attention. Yeah, you got the SNAP benefits, but you driving a fancy car and all this stuff. The feds, they gonna come get you. You know what I'm saying? You have to tone it down. But I just think it's absolutely horrible and totally ridiculous to actually cut people off of food stamps for the month of Thanksgiving. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If I took the top 10 worst things I ever seen, I swear to God, this would have to probably be in the top 3. It's really battling for number 1. I'm trying to think of something I've seen worse. This is the worst I could think of. It's like the newsmen ain't saying nothing or nothing. They just saying SNAP going off, but I'm the only one saying, but it's going off Thanksgiving month. What's the biggest food month in America? Thanksgiving. You're going to cut off food stamps on the food month? Because Christmas ain't as big as Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the biggest holiday in America. That's a fact. Thanksgiving is way bigger than Christmas. You know why? Because Thanksgiving kicks off Christmas. Think about it. Thanksgiving is the beginning of what? What they call the what? Holiday season. Think about it. Thanksgiving is the beginning. See, because there is no Christmas or Thanksgiving holiday. They call it the holidays. Those three are together. It's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's together. I can prove it. What's the next day after Thanksgiving? I know I'm not talking about celebrating this, sweetheart. Renita, I'm not even talking about celebrating, okay? So just because I name these things, nothing I said about celebrating. I'm just talking about what's going on in America, okay? Because I haven't celebrated a holiday since 1978. Just, okay? I haven't celebrated a holiday. But I'm talking about, listen, what's the day after Thanksgiving? Black Friday. And Black Friday is what? For what? For Christmas. So Thanksgiving kicks off what they call the holiday season. Right? Kicks off the holiday season. Halloween is nothing. They saying Halloween is trying to be a bigger and bigger holiday, but Halloween is just something to transition you from the summertime, to give you something to take your mind off the fact summer's over. But the money starts Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is the holiday season. Right? It's the holiday season. So what they do is all the stuff they couldn't sell goes back to warehouse. They got new TVs come in. They put the old TVs in the warehouse. They got new refrigerators come in. They put some of the old ones. You know what I'm saying? So Black Friday is when they get out the red. It's when businesses get out the red. It's when you can go get all your stuff you put back in the warehouse. When you got the new Sony TV, you put the old ones up. You put the new one on the thing. So Black Friday is when businesses get out the red into the black. It's a big money day. And the way you kick Black Friday off is with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the day that puts you into the holiday spirit for winter. Halloween is fall. Thanksgiving represents harvest time, and we're going into winter. You see, time just changed. In Chicago, we went back an hour, fall back. Now, why am I saying all that? I'm saying all of this is because Donald Trump and the Republicans are making a horrible mistake. Because so you got it. I've been saying this for years. America needs a department of psychiatry and psychology. Because they can't just be making these decisions until they know how the human mind works. Let me tell you why this is a huge disaster. When you turn off Link and you turn off people's food stamps, even people that's working and getting money become worried. They're wondering what else you're going to cut back. People will start holding on to their money because you're scaring them. You're scaring people. And this fear be way back in the back of their mind. Cyrus, stop interrupting me, please. This vibe be back in the back of their mind, right? So when they cut people off and people start saying, I ain't gonna be able to get no food, da da da, it makes other people that got money start worrying. Because the overall message is the economy is tanking. Now, why would you give the impression that the economy is tanking right before Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's? And I'm hearing this year something I ain't been hearing. People saying Christmas is canceled. This is what I'm hearing from Black people personally. They say they're not doing Christmas at all. They telling me that their children ain't getting nothing but some clothes after Christmas to go back when school start back after New Year's. That's it. They ain't doing Christmas. This was one of the dumbest moves ever. You can't have people standing in soup lines. You know, that's why I said they need a department of psychology and psychiatry. You can't have people standing in soup lines. You can't have people going to pantries for food and think that they're going to spend money for Christmas. Like you finna take a L. Not to mention 300,000 people been laid off here, 30,000 laid off there, 75,000 laid off there. And it's not even January, because usually they do those layoffs in January, and they laying them off now. So on top of slowing down anybody spending money, everybody's going to lose their job in January and February. If you got a job and you got some money, you better put that money up. Because every one of y'all watching me, your job is in the teeter-totter. Yeah, you might not have a job in the next 5 or 6 months. You might not have a job. Because Trump, every business he had flopped. And they're letting him decide what to do with the economy. I can't believe, I don't know where you could do this at. He knows nothing about business. He fails at every business he does. The only way he makes money is by being a president and using his presidency to basically take money that he's not supposed to take, but on his own accord. You know how slow you got to be to cut off food stamps on the food month? This the food month. But nobody's thinking of the psychology behind this. November is the food month. Eat, turkey, all that. You cut food stamps on the food month. Now, check this out. I don't think the government officials even care anymore. Y'all ain't listening. How can they care when they don't know what I'm saying? Listen. Y'all got to listen. This ain't got nothing to do with them not caring. They don't even know what I'm saying. Jupiter, if they knew what I was saying, they would care. Y'all ain't listening really good. They don't know. See, let me explain something, Jupiter. And I'm glad you said that in a way. See, they got us thinking that the government is so smart and everything they doing is calculated and all planned. No, they are dumb. Facts. This is not calculated. They don't know the end game. I'm telling you. Start thinking, man, listen, y'all better start looking at this the way I'm telling you. Stop listening to these Instagram and TikTok people telling you everything is a conspiracy. The only way everything could be a conspiracy if these people were smart. These people are not smart. Now, look, she says Trump doesn't have any type of moral barometer. And guess what else he don't have? No sense. Trump is not smart. Trump could barely read. His parents paid for him to finish school. Trump is not intelligent. Look, I hope y'all listening. Listen to me. Stop. Listen what I'm telling you. Is this an attack on poor people? No. No. This is dummies running the place. Sir Drop, they do not know what they're doing. They are losing they're going to lose their own money. They are going to lose money. The rich are going to lose a fortune. Everything they cheating to get, they about to lose it. They're going to lose everything. Now, if you look in my chat, you wonder why some people even watch me. Because it's like I'm just talking in the air. And some of them, you be wondering if they COINTELPRO or whatever, because I say something and they say something weird to distract the audience, right? And it's never on track on how I'm building. So I'll be building. And if you read the chat, I'll be building and somebody try to go this way, try to destroy the build. Just read the chat. You be wondering who is that? Because it's never on what I'm saying a lot of times. Some of you are. Some of you is right there. But a lot of you are on your own beliefs that you'll never learn anything. When you're watching somebody break something down, park your beliefs and listen. Because your beliefs will block you from seeing anything. I'm telling y'all right now, this is not planned. This is what they call willy-nilly. This is not planned. Facts. This is not planned. These are actually people that don't know what they're doing. There is no good outcome for them with this. They ain't trying to target nobody. They dumb. Benita, they ain't trying to target nobody. Listen, y'all. Listen. Are they cutting off food stamps? No. They're not cutting off the food stamps. That's not what happened. They're fighting with the Democrats and shut down the government, and that accidentally cut off the food stamps. Listen. Y'all listen. This has nothing to do with food stamps. They just start talking about that Once the people brought it up and say the government shut down, what about our SNAP? Then they started talking about that. But originally, that's not why the government shut down. The government shut down, for one, they don't want that lady to get in there and give the Democrats the party to release the Epstein files, one. And two, they want the Democrats to make concessions that the Democrats don't want to make. The government. The link in the SNAP is just the result of the government shutdown, because the military is standing in line for food. There is nobody in a right mind that would turn off food stamps, knock down half of the White House to build a ballroom. Nobody would do that. Nobody that's got any type of, that's thinking any kind of way would do that. Nobody would go and take warships down to fight all the way down to Venezuela, over here, doing something over here, give money to Ukraine, all involved with what's going on in Gaza. Ain't nobody would do that. Ain't nobody minding the store. They, bam, Sherry, they all finna go broke. Look. What did the founding fathers tell these people? Of the people, for the people, by the people. I'm telling you, these people don't know what they're doing. When you are a government, okay, you work with the people and the people allow you to govern. Y'all think they know that? They don't know that. They think they govern. They think they govern. No. When you're a ruler, when you govern, the people allow you to govern. Now tell me something. You're going to say, if the people start acting crazy, he's going to send the National Guard and the military. Let me ask y'all a question. If you was on the National Guard or you was on the military, and you got a call that they cut off your sister's food stamps, or they cut off your auntie food stamp, or they cut off your uncle's food stamps, what would you be thinking? Let me ask y'all something. Does anybody here know that the military is connected to the civilians? That the military is civilians? They think the military is just the military. They don't even know that the military is the people's relatives. This is the crazy. To be a ruler, you got to know that. The military are the relatives of the population. You can't mistreat the population, because that's the people in the military's relatives. We've seen it in Germany. What was that? That wasn't too many years ago. Right? And remember, they had all the tanks and stuff out there, and the president was tripping. And then the people in the tanks, they went and overthrew the leader and said, get out. and the army rode with the people. It happens every time. It happens every time. If a dictator gets in there and mistreat the people, the military overthrow the dictator and put him out. Trump's going to look up, and the White House is going to be surrounded by tanks, and they're going to arrest him because he don't understand he mistreating the relatives of the military. This is why I'm telling y'all, they don't know what they doing. You call home from the military, hey, Ma, what you doing? Your next door neighbor that you love play with her son, Miss Jameson. Your mama say, I had to take Miss Jameson, and me and your daddy gonna take her to get some food because you know they cut off her. They cut off her leg. You in the military, you mean like Miss Jameson? Like your mama like, yeah, me and your daddy, we don't got that much money, but we got to help her out. We've been knowing her for 45 years. You've been knowing Miss Jameson when you was in diapers. Your president, your commander-in-chief done cut off your neighbors, and your mama and them got to spend money out their pocket. So this is what we know is, I'm really a military leader. We know that our military represents the people. So we have to treat the people with respect because the people are connected to the military. This is what pharaohs and kings and presidents, we know this. So we know, oh, we can't cut these people's food stamps off for Thanksgiving for the food holiday. It's the food holiday, and you cut off people's ability to get food on Thanksgiving. Now, you can't make this up. Tell me I'm lying. Let me ask you something. If 5 years ago I got over here and said they're going to cut off food stamps for Thanksgiving, y'all would have said, bro, y'all would have said, you reaching. Nobody would have believed it. That's the part I can't get over. I can't get over the fact I can't process this. You cut off people getting food on the food holiday. What's the stress levels, y'all? Hey, good question. Check this out. Great question. Check this out, Michael. On top of that, let's say I'm the president. Let's say I'm the president. I get in office. I say I want to get the migrants out of here. Y'all all farmers. All y'all grapes and strawberries is ready to be picked. You know what I do? I come and arrest all the workers before they pick your stuff. I chase all your workers away. So on top of this, with nobody realizing that they cut off the food on the food holiday, people also don't realize how much food actually was going to be available for the harvest. Because I already was predicting they was going to try to make it look like they're going to stack it to make it look like it's a lot of food, but it's going to be a lot of items missing. And the items they do have, they're going to overstock them to make the store look full, because I've been telling y'all that the stores is empty. and they are rearranging. I did this last week. Go watch that. Rearranging food at Whole Foods. When you go in Whole Foods and you go to look for the crackers, they're going to be to move them somewhere. You know how they got them rearranging that whole store so you can't tell what they ran out of and what they didn't, because they ran out of stuff during COVID. They never got some of that stuff back. Now they're running out of more. You understand? So now they're running out of more, right? So they ran out of stuff, and now they're running out of more. I don't really do that kind of stuff. I'm in my conversation. I don't be beefing. You know, I'm in Chicago. You know how we beef. I don't beef on the internet. You know what it is. If you just want to beef, you know how to beef. You know we don't internet beef. I'm not internet beefing. I'm not internet beefing with you. You know how it is. You know what it is. If you just that hell bent on beefing. I'm not getting my channel shut down playing with you. But if you really want to beef, so you know how it go. We just gonna leave that like that. If you want to really beef, or you just want internet, I want internet beef. But if you're feeling froggish, leave. Come to Chicago, holler at me. It's real simple. If you in your feelings like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't do gossip. I don't do gossip. I say what I'm gonna say, and then I'm going. I don't do. Everybody know I don't do gossip. I don't do beef. We standing on reparations. We stand on FBA. If you say something against FBA and reparations, then you're gonna get dead. Right? Don't speak against our reparations. Don't speak against FBA, and you can continue on. I stay positive, but y'all know I got two sides. I'm trying to stay on the other side. I ain't trying to be on that side. So I'm trying to stay on the other side. But one reason I talked up, and the reason I step up, because ain't nobody gonna do nothing. That's for sure. So that's why I stepped up. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. And I ain't gonna do nothing. So just let it go. Because if I was gonna do something, it would be already in motion. So I ain't into all that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not outside no more. I ain't in the streets no more. I'm not in the streets. I'm on the internet trying to teach people. But I'm the big man, and I said what I'm going to say because can't nobody do nothing about it. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. Nothing. That's a fact. You just got to hold that L. I don't do internet beef. I'm not them. I'm over here trying to tell these people what's going on. I don't do all that. You see, the reason I don't internet beef is because the shorties here, they gangbanging and all that. And we be out there trying to tell them, stop warring and stuff. If they see me over here warring, then they're going to say, man, Pharaoh, you phony. See what I'm saying? Because beef in Chicago go left. You know, there's no talking beef here. So I just stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do no beef because I'm going to send brothers off. There's dudes out here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't into all that stuff. I took that video down too. But I took it down because I was saying too much profanity. I took dude's name out of it because I don't be into no personal stuff. But I was saying too much profanity, YouTube, so I took it down. You know what I mean? I watched it down. I said, dang, I was wilding out, but I don't care nothing about dude. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming. I ain't coming up there, and you sure ain't coming to Chicago. You can put that on the guys. You ain't coming down here. So just let that go and just go lick your wounds. And hold that L. Keep reparations, keep Tyreek, keep FBA out your mouth. It's real simple. It ain't that difficult. Real simple demand. Shut up talking about FBA, talk about something you know. To the fake page or the real page, I just wanted y'all to know what the energy is. The energy is this. I'm standing up for FBA. I'm standing up for reparations. Reparations and FBA is nothing we going to let nobody play with no kind of way. When you start playing with that, you playing with our ancestors, you playing with our grandmothers, our grandfathers. We're not playing with that. You understand? And I'm a real soldier. And, Tariq is up in a position of leadership. So as a general, I'm a defender concerning FBA and reparations. Now, anything else, I ain't going, but anything other than that, and you going at Tariq and you talking about FBA and reparations, and you somebody of power, I'm going to jump in. That's a fact. Right? So this situation with SNAP, though, this is a serious situation, y'all. You're looking at a lot of money crashing. You're looking at mad money crashing. Because this is just going to ruin Thanksgiving. It's going to ruin Black Friday. It's going to ruin Christmas. They're already laying off millions of people. So now you can bet January, February, March, you're looking at the collapse of the economy in a big way. There is no way this economy can recover before July. Impossible. Well, there's one way. He would have to give everybody $5,000. $2,000 stimulus will only make things worse. If I was advising Trump, I said, you got to give everybody $5,000 stimulus. $2,000, people already in debt, $700 in debt, $1,000 in debt. So if you give them $2,000, they're going to pay their debt off. They're going to buy some food, pay the rent. They're going to be back broke. So now you got stress. Then the stress come down a little bit. And then when they get stressed again, it's going to go higher. And so really, I'm trying to let y'all know, this is serious. Stack your bread, stack your money. Stack your money, get your food. If you didn't go to the store, go to the store. If you're going to the regular store, you should have been went. If you go to Whole Foods, you'll be fine because, the people that's going to be doing all the crazy stuff, they're not going to go to Whole Foods until the last minute. But this is bad. This is badder than y'all thinking. I know y'all young. This is really bad. This is a high stress level for the general public. On top of stress. Everybody's stressed out already. They're just trying to play it off. But this is adding some unbearable stress. And this is like one of the worst things I've ever seen. Healthcare premiums going up, rents going up, property taxes is going up. Everything is going up. Car sales is crashing. Nobody's buying a car. They can't sell a car to save their life. They got these huge places that go get all the cars. And then the dealers go from them places to get the cars. And them places got cars everywhere. The dealers ain't coming to get them. See, the dealers go to these big old auto places. I forgot what they call them. Because I watched this white dude and he be out there shooting videos showing you. He on Instagram and he on YouTube. And the auto dealers, they go get the cars from this big car wholesale-like place. So when Cadillac, they park all their cars there. Dodge park all their cars there. Right? And nobody's going. All my friends that got cars, they just fixing them up. All my friends that was buying Tesla trucks and jewelries and stuff, they kind of hurting. They want to know if somebody want to buy the jewelry. A lot of people that was just balling at the beginning of this year is hurting because they didn't know the money was going to just stop. The money has stopped. Foreclosures and evictions is through the roof. Homelessness is at an all-time high. All-time high. And the stress levels is up. So you're going to start seeing these mass situations. All you got to do is look. You see all of these situations where people getting hurt, schools, parades. Keep your eyes on. It's going up. Because you have individuals that already got issues. Like I got a friend lived in an apartment. And the man lived over top of them was like crazy. He would be up there hollering and stomping and stuff. And one day when they came outside, they seen the man and the man was hollering something at them. They don't know what. Now they moved because they really, one of the main reasons they wanted to move is because that man lived up there. Now that man that lived up there, if he don't get his food stamps, guess what? Because some of these people that's getting it is unstable. This is a very dangerous, stressful situation. I keep saying we need a department of psychology and psychiatry. We need that. Because these people are not going to be able to take this. Everybody's not sane. And some of these people, and the reason I'm talking to y'all, because it's going down right now. Look, y'all, it's going down right now. That's why I'm doing this live. That's why I try to do it at 3 a.m. I'm giving y'all an early heads up. It's going down right now. It is 9 a.m. in Chicago, 9:17. It's going down now as we speak. Right now, y'all. I'm talking to you in the middle of the earthquake, of the volcano. Listen to me. Right now. I'm in ground zero. Right now. Today is the 4th. Today is the day that people get their SNAP benefits. I got a friend. He can't walk that good. He live in the house by himself. He got sleep apnea and all type of stuff. He got a sleep machine and all of that. And he don't drive. I said, bro, why you ain't never learn how to drive? He like, when I'm 67, he got to be like 63. He don't even drive. But he could barely walk, all kinds of stuff wrong with him. He's went from a lot of money to he's kind of struggling. So when the 4th come, he has this lady pick him up and take him to an ATM as soon as it's midnight, and he gets out his money because he gets money on his link card and he gets food. And last night, when he called his card, it told him he got so much money, but no SNAP benefits. So he called me at 1 in the morning. And he's like, Pharaoh, you ain't gonna believe this. Man, he said it wasn't nothing on his card but 27 cents that he left last month. 27 cents in food. And they only giving him like, I think he said they giving him like $250 in cash. So he gets $250 in cash. I think he get like $100 or some dollars in for food. That ain't even no money. That ain't no money. You can't live off of that. You can't even live off of that. He can't work. He can't even hardly walk. His leg is like bent and he never got it fixed, and it got worse and worse. He got older, then he didn't take care of himself, eat more and more and more, all that weight on that leg. Then he got real fat in the stomach, and he already had sarcoidosis. He messed up. Didn't get no, and he would depend on getting that, because when the lady take him, then she comes back and get him early in the morning and take him to get his food on the 4th. Now, his regular routine to get his food to put in his house, no food. So he got to take his money now and buy food, but that money helps pay his phone and stuff like that. In Arizona, the governor is using the rainy day fund for SNAP recipients. And you say them folks don't care. I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe they know, Justin. Justin, I don't believe they know. I don't believe they even know to care. I really don't. I don't think it's that they don't care. I don't believe they really know. Because as I told y'all before, they're not doing this to take the food. They're doing this because they balance. They're not shutting down. Let me repeat. They're not shutting down the food. They shut down the government, and the food is just one of the many things that got shut down too. So I want to be clear. They're not being mean and just shutting off the SNAP. They're battling with the Democrats, and they shut down the government. Government employees haven't been getting paid. Air traffic controllers ain't getting paid at all. So the air traffic controllers now, they want them to work for free. They trying to work 2 jobs because they got to make some money somewhere. So they falling asleep and all that. The other day, a bunch of air traffic controllers just took off because they had to get other jobs. So just think, if they don't open that government up and they're not paying the air traffic controllers, and it's the holiday when everybody got to fly, and ain't nobody got no link, add up the money, y'all. They don't know none of this. This is the thing I'm trying to get them to see, Justin. They don't know nothing what I'm saying. So people gonna keep saying the government don't care. The government, they don't know. It's like what Christ said, forgive them, for they have no idea what they doing. The government will not know what they're doing with SNAP until tomorrow. I swear to God. They won't know till tomorrow. They ain't doing that intentionally. This is a side problem from the other war. from their war with the Democrats. This is just a side because military soldiers is been standing in line for food in their uniforms. I showed that. Military soldiers in uniform standing in line for food. I showed that the other day. Military soldiers in line. Got to go to the food banks. You can't make this up because the government is shut down and they ain't getting paid. The people got to go feed the soldiers. The people got to feed the soldiers because the government is shut down. The people got to feed the soldiers because the government is shut down. You can't make this up. You can't. No, that's not true, Neil. That's wrong, Neil. I keep saying this over and over again. Nobody listening. They're not using the food for nothing. The food got nothing to do with nothing. The food is just a side effect. They shut down the government for another reason. It don't got nothing to do with the food. Why y'all don't listen? It's got nothing to do with the food, y'all. They did not shut off the food. They shut down the government, and now they're finding out everything else that shuts down because the government shut down. Are y'all with me? They did not think about all that. They didn't think about the air traffic controllers. They didn't think they just was fighting. Democrats, Republicans, they just didn't come to agreement. The government shut down. Then when the government shut down, then they seeing the results of the government shutdown. They didn't say shut down the government for all these results. They said shut down the government because they was beefing with the Democrats over this vote and over this lady that can get over there and give the Democrats power to release the Epstein files and other things they trying to pass. They did not shut down the government to take food. They just shut it down, and now we're seeing the results of it being shut down. So I'm not going to lie and say, oh, they shut it down to shut down the food. That's not true. That's not true. This is a sidebar of them fighting. It's like, let me give you an example. This is what it's like. Me and my wife, we get to argue. She ironing clothes, right? She ironing clothes. Boom, we in there arguing. She get mad. She throw the iron down on the iron board. It pop up and fall in the dishwater, and all the lights go out in the house. She done blew the circuit. That's what it's like. Now, of course, yes, she threw the iron. That's shut down the government. But she didn't realize when she threw the iron, it was going to bounce in the sink and all the lights going to go out. Now, when the iron bounce in the sink and the lights go out, right? The clocks don't work. That's you don't know what time it is. The microwave don't work. The refrigerator go out. Now the food going bad. So just from that bouncing that iron that messed up the circuit breakers and everything, the food spoiling. We ain't got no lights. The alarm system don't work. You see what I'm saying? So the government threw the iron down. It bounced in the sink. When it bounced in the sink, the government went off. When the government went off, they went to plug up the refrigerator. They realized the refrigerator don't work. That's the link. That's the food stamp. They realized this ain't work. The air traffic controllers can't come to work. And more. And more. Yeah. They don't know what they doing. They didn't sit down and say, okay, let's shut down the government. Okay, give me the details of everything that's going to happen if we should. They didn't do that. They just got mad. No, we're not dealing with you. We're not dealing. Well, we just want to work together. Just shut the government down. No thinking or nothing. Y'all ain't never been with nobody got mad and just did some stuff? Because they were just mad. And then when you look back what they did, now they all sorry. Yeah, it's a trickle-down effect. But the trickle-down effect, they didn't think about it. So these fools then threw the iron and it then bounced in the sink and it then turned the food off for Thanksgiving. See, God don't like ugly. They done made a mistake. You know that's a mistake. Ain't nobody would turn off the food for Thanksgiving. These fools arguing and not thinking, then turned off food stamps on the food holiday. You cannot make this up. Because this is the food holiday. See, Christmas is toys and food, but the biggest food holiday is Thanksgiving. That's why I'm bewildered. That's why I'm bewildered. Hey, they dropped the ball on a hot barbecue grill. Hey, greatness. They dropped the ball in the fireplace. They didn't just drop the ball. They dropped the ball in a hot barbecue grill. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. Who cuts off food stamps for Thanksgiving? Nobody. And you know them fools still won't real. Listen, y'all. They still ain't thinking about Thanksgiving. I guarantee you. I'm the only one saying this. Mark my words and give me my credit. Because if they don't get them food stamps back on, watch them start talking about Thanksgiving. Watch. Watch them start talking about Thanksgiving. November 27th. November 27th. Watch. It's going one day. Oh, Thanksgiving is coming. What are we going to do? Because you know it ain't nobody on the news or nothing. Hey, y'all, what is going to be like when they realize it's Thanksgiving? Hey, what is going to be like? Man, this is the crazy. You can't make this up. I'm going to cut off food stamps for Thanksgiving. You can't make this up. You can't make, I'm going to cut off food on the food holiday. Because this is the biggest food holiday. I'm like, these people crazy. There's something wrong with them. They just, you ever been in a relationship where your mate just react and don't think? And you driving and y'all get to arguing, your mate get mad, grab the steering wheel, boom, you hit somebody, tear the car up, the baby in the back, car tore up, police come, she got some herbs, she's rolled up. She go to jail for the herb. You've been drinking, you go to jail. They take the baby, the car tore up. You had no idea. All that was, you know what I'm saying? You ever been, that's what the government is. The government is like somebody in the car arguing with you and just grab the steering wheel and the car hit somebody and the government got some herb on them and one of them been drinking and the baby get thrown out the window, got to get surgery, can't walk no more. And it was kind of an argument. They ain't see none of all that. Like they ain't gonna see these people gonna tear this place up. Y'all don't think these people gonna tear this place up when you plan with their food money for Thanksgiving? For their holiday? Let me tell you something. I'm a plant-based vegan. And one thing, I can never play with these people by their holiday. They don't want to hear no vegan stuff. They finna eat this ham and this turkey, and you talk crazy. And they love their holiday. Because people that work 5 days a week and work like a dog, they cherish them days off. Them days off mean everything. And if I had to pick one day not to make people miserable, I would pick Thanksgiving. Psychologically, I would think that Thanksgiving would be the worst time to have people miserable. Because even the name is Thanksgiving, a good vibe, and give thanks. You know what I'm saying? If psychologically, if you say, Pharaoh, which day would you not want people to be pissed? I would say Thanksgiving. Because any other day, stand by itself. But Thanksgiving is connected to Christmas and New Year's. So you get 3 for 1. You can't separate Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. They like bop, bop, bop. In fact, they the only holidays, like name another set of holidays. Them the only ones. There's only one holiday season. There's no other holiday season in America. There's only one holiday season. And that's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They go together. They are 3-pack. People be looking forward to that. And places like Chicago, Detroit, New York, it's cold outside. So that's like a cozy situation. This is where they go to get a break halfway before it's time for their vacation in the summertime. So after the summer's over, summer vacation over, the kids go to school, you working hard again, vacation is over, and then you get a break. And that break is Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They go together. Like bam, bam, bam. It's the holiday season. I go further than that, especially if you work in the office. Everybody's working at 40% after Thanksgiving. If you're gonna get some work done, you gotta get it work. You gotta get it done before Thanksgiving. Because once Thanksgiving comes, man, ain't nobody working hard. Because Thanksgiving is at the end of November. Ain't nobody working hard December. It's basically Merry Christmas. Already, you're gonna get work done on January 2nd. But ain't nobody working at full capacity. Nobody, not even the boss. The boss don't even care. Everybody walk around jingle bells. Everybody. The children out of school for 2 weeks. My man called me, man. My buddy called me, man, last night and told me, man, that lady took him to get his thing and it wasn't on there. I couldn't wait to talk to y'all. I couldn't wait to talk to y'all because if they don't get these people no Thanksgiving food money, all hell gonna break loose. Because the pantries ain't gonna be able to keep this up to no damn Thanksgiving. I can't believe this, man. I would say this is the worst government mistake I ever seen, and I'm 67. I ain't never seen nothing like this. This is the worst. This is the worst governmental mistake I've ever seen, psychologically speaking. And I wanted to come to y'all because I like my audience to be ahead of the curve. So what I'm telling y'all ain't gonna pop off till this week. I'm telling y'all early. This is why I went to early. Because it's gonna be a long day. I'll be back. I'm gonna have to come back and talk about this once everybody go out there and find out their link card ain't got no money on it. Boy, it's finna pop. Listen. Today, here in Illinois, in Chicago, it's finna pop all the way off. Look, it's 9:41. It's finna pop all the way off. All the way off. When Kiki found out she can't get her baby's food, man, listen. And the only thing could go worse for them is it be kind of warm this week, like 59, 58, 59, like a fall, spring type. It's going to pop all the way off. It's going to pop all the way off. I'm going to the store in the morning, the Whole Foods. I ain't going to the regular store because the regular store is finna be, some stores say they're not even opening, that you're going to have to get delivery. So that's why I'm up so early, because my subscribers, I got love for y'all. I like my subscribers to be up on what's going on. So that's why you don't see me wanting to beef with nobody. Nothing. There's too many other things we could be talking about. So I be trying to come and I don't be trying to be the smartest person. I be kind of trying to come and tell y'all what I'm thinking about while I'm thinking about it, right? So that's why my lives be too long either, because I don't know what I'm going to say, because I ain't had time to think about what I'm going to say. My man called me talking about, Pharaoh, man, they didn't cut because he don't watch the news or nothing, right? I swear to God, he don't watch the news or nothing, because he ain't got no electricity in his house. He living like a vagabond kind of. He used to be getting big money. It said the politicians have moved into military bases. Hey, man, it's going to be a long day. I'm up. I ain't had no coffee in about 4 or 5 days. I had to get back on the coffee because it's going to be a long day. I'm going to have to come back over here when Chicago wake up. When Chicago, boy, listen. Let me tell y'all something. That's how you know I'm really him. There's a rush hour in the big city. And that rush hour is from 10 in the morning to 2 in the evening. And that's the senior citizen rush hour. Y'all listen to me. There's a senior citizen rush hour. It starts from 10 in the morning to 2. I know a friend, she work in a seniors building. She said it got, well, she said like 40 something floors. I said, how you kidding? She said, it got 40 floors. And she said, to take the elevator from the higher floors down, she said, take 17 to 20 minutes. I said, are you lying? She said, nah. Well, check this out. Old people, not like me, but you know, most old people ain't took care of themselves. Old people don't sleep well at night. So it's 9:45. They just getting ready to wake up. Yeah, they finna wake up. And they gonna wake up and they gonna go and they gonna take them link cards. And the old people finna find out ain't no money on them. That's all finna happen in the next 4 hours. They gonna find out they can't get no food. Because the old people wake up and they start moving around at 10 and they be moving around and at about 5, they be back sleep, right? They be back sleep. Then they wake up at night and they be up kind of late because they don't sleep well. And they fall asleep late into the night. And now they finna get up. And it's rush hour. Because it's link card day. And them senior citizens, they need that money. Bad. They ain't got no money like that. This economy then ruined this country. People ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. And just imagine all them old people. You know, in Chicago, it's a multicultural. So we got old people here that's like Czechoslovakian. We got old people here that like Czechoslovakian. You know, like some old African people, some old like Iranians, and old Black Americans, and old like Polish, and you know what I'm saying? They're like 60, they're like 69, 70, 80, 85, 90. They finna go outside and find out they ain't got no food money on their link card. I wanted to come and let y'all know before the action. Then I'm going to come back and let y'all know what's going on because all hell finna break loose. Today in Chicago, all hell's breaking loose today. Shout out to everybody in Chicago, though, that's been giving away free pizzas. I'm going to go write all y'all name down. And I'm going to come back and shout out all the businesses in Chicago, the pizza places that have been giving people pizzas. Sandwich places is giving people free sandwiches. And we're going to have to donate to them people because they might have to do it for a while because our politicians is rich and they don't know what's going on. They outdated. But the shorties, the young sisters, the YN females, 21, 20, 19, 23, with their little baby Karina in school. And when she find out and get up and find out she can't go get her money off her car for Karina in school, and they like to hang out and smoke and chill, and there's 3 of them in there with the 3 dudes. And I don't care what y'all say, a man always still a man, whether you're a YN, whether you're a gang member, whatever. when our women get mad, we get madder. And so when we was little kids, my daddy was kind of chill. But my mama get mad, she started irritating him a little bit, then he started hollering at us too. So when these women find out they can't go get their baby daddies and their kids stuff, and the young dudes find out, they're gonna have to close all these stores because they coming. They coming today. They coming to them stores today. So I hope the Chicago police is ready. It's up. It's all the way up. It's all the way up, Jupiter. It's all the way up. Smash and grabs. They busting windows out of cars. They anything. Home invasions, burglaries, robberies, whatever. It's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell them, Lady Linus. They're coming outside. They're coming outside. Chicago downtown, it's going to look crazy. It's going to look crazy. Today. Because when you're dealing with stuff like Social Security, link and stuff, they want that money on that day. Because they they waiting on that day. Because, in Chicago and Illinois, you get link on the 4th. People used to getting paid on the 1st. So when the 1st come, they count them days down. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Like I say, my brethren, he calls a lady to come get him every 4th at 12 on the 3rd at midnight. He have her come get him and take him to an ATM so he could get his money. He like to get it in the middle of the night because he don't sleep well anyway. And she work in the day, so she can't take him in the day. So she comes every month to take him. And she went and got him last night, a few hours ago. And that's when he found out he don't got no food money. And he messed up. I say, bro, you don't see it on the news? He like, man, I ain't got no TV. Like, he really poor for real. And got all kind of medical issues. And if you ain't rich, you ain't going to get no medical treatment. You got to be rich for everything. You can't even see a doctor if you ain't rich. You can go to the county, but they're going to give you a long appointment. All right, come back next month on the 18th. Today, the 1st, they tell you, today, November 1st, they tell you, come, okay, we get an appointment December 18th when you poor and don't want to take care of you because they can't afford to take care of everybody for free. Them food pantries about to be packed. But in the cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, it's finna be up today. So I said, let me let y'all know early. I didn't want to get them over here when everything pop off. I wanted to come before everything pop off. It's finna pop off. He said he's going to let some benefits go. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? But he too late. That money needed, man, I'm glad you said that. This is what I've been telling them, bro. The government don't know what they're doing. Anybody with any sense know that money would have had to be there today. Today. That money would have had to been there today. And here go the thing. If they make an announcement, it got to be here tomorrow or the next day, the 5th or the 6th. Anything longer than that, it ain't going to make it. And they got to make that announcement now because they want their money right now. And they're not going to be in the house watching news. They're finna be outside. They finna be outside. Some stores say they're not opening. They're going to have to get security. They're going to have to do like COVID. They're going to have to put them big old brick things where you can't drive into the parking lot. They're going to have to block the parking lot off so you can't get on the parking lot. That's what they're going to have to do. And they're going to have to hire extra security. All the stores. All the stores, even the Walgreens and the convenience stores, because they're going to come take all your chips, whatever to eat. They coming. All your ice cream, whatever. Gas stations too. Anybody got food is in trouble. That go for McDonald's and them too. They running in there. There ain't no doubt. All that starts today and gonna get worse every day. Police ain't gonna be able to do nothing. They ain't got enough police to be at all these stores. Yep. He said he's seen a store putting boards on their doors and windows. Yep. The smart people know. They're going to have barriers everywhere. The craziest thing I ever seen in my life. And let me make my point one more time. When they do all that, what's that going to do to the people that got money vibe considering Thanksgiving? It's going to ruin everybody's Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's what's crazy. Because this is going to ruin everybody's Thanksgiving and Christmas. And this is going to make people be cheaper. Nobody's going to be trying to spend more when they see you cutting stuff off. Man, let me tell you something. The people that was acting like they was happy SNAP was being cut off is going to be crying if they don't turn it back on. They're going to be crying. And these people crazy. If they see you out here and they know you were saying that, they're going to be hollering and screaming at you. If you go out, if they see you outside, that's the dude said. See what I'm saying? You already know. Lady Landis know how they go with her Q cell. Lady Landis know how it go. She know it's finna go bunkers. Today though. Today. It's like a time bomb. They waiting on the money today. It ain't no, oh, we don't get it today, we wait tomorrow. No, it don't go like that. When you're dealing with people's food and survival. They already mouthwatering. They already know what they was finna buy to eat. Some of these women already plan what they're going to cook today when they come back from the store. All that's canceled. And it's almost 10 in the morning, so I'm going to end this because I got to come back and I got to go watch the local news. This is sad. I ain't going to lie. I don't like it. This is sad. If I was the president, I would never do people like that. I would never do that. I would never do that. I would never do that to nobody on Christmas like that and Thanksgiving. That's, you know what I'm saying? But in all fairness to the politicians, they didn't try to do that. It's an accident. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie on the politicians. They didn't expect all this. They just was beefing, and now it turned out bad. That's why the beefing don't work out. You know what I'm saying? Because they was beefing, and now they done made a big old mess. And now Trump got to live with the fact he got the military in line for food. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So, I ain't going to hate on the politicians. They didn't do this on purpose. But this why beefing ain't no good. Beefing ain't no good in the government. Beefing ain't no good in a relationship. Beefing ain't no good in a friendship, at school, or nothing. Beefing always leads to other things that ain't got nothing to do with the beef. Beefing is no good. You have to learn how to sit down and work out a solution, or you go that way and you go that way. One or the other. The government is setting a bad example. They need to stop beefing. When they're going to be the United States government and stop being Democrats and Republicans? Man, that's whack. You know what I'm saying? They need to work on these politics. Victory.